Hey Eurovision fans, we now know the 18 countries competing in the first semi-final of Eurovision 2024. Today I'm going to do my best to try and predict the running order which decides in what order the countries are going to compete within the semi-final. And this can have a big effect on who qualifies. We're also going to use this as an opportunity to discuss the semi-final in general, who stands out, who's got the opportunity to really shine. So let's kiki. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So in case you don't know how the running order works, it's decided by the producers of the show, which this year is going to be SVT producers. Plus we have executive producers who are kind of in every show. So Martin Osterdahl, of course, is the main producer. He will go between each show, whereas the broadcaster producers will change each year depending on who's hosting. Together they decide what the running order is going to be. The running order is done in January. Countries are put into pots based on their historic voting patterns, and then they're allocated into semi-final 1 or semi-final 2, first half, second half. So that's basically the limitations that the producers have. They basically know which countries are in the first half and which are in the second half. Other than that, they can do it in any order that they want. But the understanding is that they're trying to make the most entertaining show possible. They're trying to keep it a little bit fair so that the same people aren't always opening or closing. And they want to give everyone a chance to stand out. Some people would prefer that this was random. It used to be random back in the day. Me personally, I don't think it makes for as good a show. You might get 4 or 5 ballads squashed together just through random chance of plucking out a number, and then those 5 ballads all kind of get killed. At the end of the day, this is an entertainment show. I don't know any other entertainment show which doesn't structure it to be as entertaining as possible. So Eurovision does the same. It's not fair. Life isn't fair, especially in capitalism. I'm sorry I have to learn all these capitalism lessons on my channel, but that's just the reality of it. They need to make the show as fun as possible to keep viewership high. That means they can get more income, which reduces the cost of participation for each country. So there's a reason behind it. So I did a news update explaining that this year, the 3 automatic qualifiers are actually going to perform in the semi-finals. So basically this prediction today is, there's 0 chance that I'm going to get it right, because Sweden, Germany and the UK are going to compete in semi-final number 1, and they can be anywhere from 1st to 18th. So just even guessing what half they're in is going to be difficult enough, let alone their specific spot. I think I'm going to be lucky if I get 2 or 3 of these right out of 18. It's going to be really difficult this year. And of course, play along yourself. You can leave your predictions down below and we can see if you get them right. The actual running order should come out in around a week or so. Last year, it was the 23rd of March and it came out for both semi-finals. This is just a bit of fun and a way for us to talk about the semi-finals so far and what considerations there are in terms of overlaps, etc. Okay, so I tried to set up on the fridge and it looked really grim. And then I tried to set up on the counter and it looked equally grim. So I'm gonna do what I did last year and just hold the board up for you instead and just try and avoid the shine as much as possible. So here I've written out the 18 slots. I'm guessing that there's gonna be a break after 6 songs and 12 songs and 18 songs, but maybe not. Last year it was after 5 and 10, I think. So theoretically, I may have already gotten a crucial bit of information wrong, but let's just assume at this point that that's what it is. The relevance of breaks is that they tend to use breaks to deal with bigger props and bigger equipment. So for example, we know that the UK this year is probably going to have some spinning platforms. So if they put it before or after a break, it means that they have more time to take it on and off the stage. It's less stressful. Same with Sweden this year. So yeah, the breaks are kind of crucial for guessing the running order. In any case, let's start off with who could potentially open the show. I think Cyprus is definitely a contender. I've heard some people talking about Croatia as a contender as well. A couple of people mentioning Poland and also Lithuania. And then of the automatic qualifiers who are kind of wild cards who could go anywhere, I think UK and Sweden would also both be great openers as well. Now, I'm wondering how nice are the producers? How much do they want to take away one of the bad slots, which is like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and give it to the automatic qualifiers who don't really care? This is an element that we don't know. How nice are the producers? Are they looking to be nicer to the qualifiers? Do they give a damn? Or are they literally just thinking, we want the most entertaining show possible? Sweden are opening the final, so I think it's very unlikely that they're going to make them open the semi-final as well. Aren't going to be affected in terms of whether they're in the final or not, but I think that they will want to give Sweden something later because theoretically they're going to get seen by less people by opening the final. So I'm guessing Sweden's probably going to be somewhere in the second half. So yeah, my current guess for opening the show is Cyprus. We know that the show opener tends to be a little bit more family friendly. It tends to be in English. It tends to be something pop or a little bit familiar. Now, it can't be all of those things. I'm just saying those are some of the qualities that we tend to see in the opening song. Jezebel opened for Finland in 2022. That was a pop rock song, so it doesn't necessarily have to be pop, but it tends to be in English. It tends to be something that's good quality. Usually not the best song in the semi-final, because you want to save your best songs for later to keep viewing figures up, to keep people waiting around to see those songs. You don't want it to be a bad song. You don't want people to tune in and go, oh wow, Eurovision sucks this year, I'm gonna go watch something else. So I think Cyprus is good quality. I think it's gonna have an entertaining show with all the dancing and jumping around. It's in English. I think it's gonna be child appropriate because she is 17 years old. So hopefully the staging is appropriate for her. Yeah, it seems like the most obvious opener, and Cyprus have opened a lot recently. Replay opened from Tamta. Dablo also opened. I don't know whether producers consider previous years in deciding their running order, or if they really just say, we don't give a damn, we're just gonna put whoever's best. But yeah, that's my current guess. Now, I have a feeling that they'll want to keep up the energy after that. So my guess for the second slot is Lithuania, because it's still kind of upbeat, it's still fun, very cool, but it's kind of different enough from Cyprus. The vibe is very different, but it just kind of keeps up the energy a little bit. Some of the things we also need to consider are countries who need to be spaced apart. So for example, I think that Serbia and Ukraine need to be spaced apart because they're both ballads. I also feel like Poland and Lithuania need to be spaced apart because they both have kind of like this steady, cool, very easy to digest feel to them. Croatia's totally on its own. There's no other rock song, so they can use that as a wildcard to put it anywhere. Ireland, also very unusual, can also be a wildcard. And Ireland, I think, needs to come a little bit later. I don't think it's good to open with something that's so shocking and might be a little bit off-putting to some people, both sonically and visual. I love it, but yeah, for some people I think it might be a little bit too much. That's why I think Ireland's going to be a little bit later. Let's put them 6 for now. I might move it around. And I have a feeling that because Croatia are favorite in the odds, they won't want to put it too early because a lot of people will be tuning in to see this. So I'm feeling that they might put that just a little bit later to account for that. I feel like they'll want to split apart Ukraine and Serbia because I think these both have a similar vibe. They're both kind of somber. They're both ballads. Ukraine has a rap, but largely the color palettes and feel overlap a bit. Now, Serbia have been third in the running order in the semi-finals the last 2 years with Constracta and Luke Black. So I think it would be extremely cruel for them to put Serbia in the third slot once again. So that's why I'm thinking that the producers are gonna have an element of fairness in their decision and put it in 7th. And then I think they'll put Ukraine possibly 3rd because we've got this kind of friendly, warm opening. We have an English song and then we have 2 songs in their native language. And then going into Poland, also in English, and then back into Serbian. So this is my first guess. Let me just double check. Is there anything wrong with this? I might have to put one of these in as well. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe it might be good for them to have the UK in, but try and put him kind of far away from Sylvester Bell because I feel like there's a little bit of an overlap there. I did my Eurovision scoreboard analysis and it showed that when Dizzy came in, Luktelk was quite affected. So maybe there's a little bit of an overlap there. Let's put UK before the break so that they have time to take his prop off the stage. I think it's also a good contrast to Croatia. It's not too similar. And then we can move, we come from Dizzy, we come back from the ad break and we've got Ireland, because maybe you don't want to put something really divisive before the ad break because people might not come back. So you put Ireland afterwards. So I'm making it sound like people don't like Ireland. I think it's more just some people might be a bit shocked. And then Serbia after that is a really, really great contrast to Ireland. Very, very different styles. So yeah, this is my attempt at the first 8 songs. Again, now with these automatic qualifiers, we could have all 3 of them in the first half if they want. They've given themselves a really nice option of having these wild cards that they can place anywhere to really make the show flow. Also, prop wise, we don't really know what people are bringing. I'm guessing that the UK have those platforms, and I'm guessing, well, I think it's pretty obvious that Sweden are going to have their walls, but we don't know what other big things have. Serbia will probably have their rock, but I think that's very easy to wheel on and off the stage. I don't think you need an ad break to do that. And other than that, I don't really know. Like if, for example, Poland has a big tower, it might have to swap with Ireland there, come after the ad break, so they have time to bring the tower on, and then they have enough time to bring it off as well. But yeah, I think this kind of spreads it out. We've got the 2 favorites kind of close to each other, so maybe potentially we could do a swap with Serbia there. That would be 5th for Serbia, so it wouldn't be 3rd again. It would be a little bit later. But you know, we do want to keep these 2 ballads kind of separated because they're going to shine better if they are not too close. So yeah, look, it's not gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna get this right. If I get 1 right from these 8, I'll be happy. The thing is, once you get 1 wrong, you've automatically got 2 or 3 others wrong. It's like a domino effect. Okay, let me go get the other 8 countries. Okay, so I'm back with the second half countries. So let's just go through them quickly and have a little bit of a vibe check. Who have we got? So we've got a bop, we've got kind of a bop as well with some choreo. So yeah, these are kind of in a similar vein. We've got a little bit of an ethnic feel here. We have a kind of romantic ballad. We have pure fun. We have another really, really beautiful ballad. So these two are definitely going to need to be separated. We've got a kind of like nostalgic feel-good song, and then we've got a bit of an ethnic flavor. So for me, the big thing is these two need to be separated. I think these two probably need to be separated as well. We kind of have 3 songs that are kind of feeling that nostalgia happiness. So probably spread those apart. Finland's very useful here because it is so different. I'm also thinking though that they have the prop. Is he going to bring the big egg? I think I read somewhere that the staging is actually going to be quite different. So I would imagine there's definitely going to be some technical thing happening on the stage because he is a visual artist, Windows 95 man. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking he would be a potential closer for the show, because then you have the ad break to take his equipment off the stage. Another potential closer of the show would be Australia. Now, who were the 2 closers of the semi-finals last year? It was Garia for Finland and Voyager for Australia. So it feels weird that I'm trying to decide between these 2 to close the semi-final again, because they both closed last year. Again, this comes back to, do the producers care what running order people had last year or not? Sweden is another possibility, but I don't think that they're going to give what is widely considered the best slot to the host producer. I think it's just leaving things open a little bit too much to favoritism, and you know, why don't you give Sweden one of the crappy slots instead of one of the best slots? We need them to qualify, they don't need. So yeah, I don't think that they'll put Sweden last. So my guess for last place is going to be Finland again. I don't know if this is a big error, but yeah, it's got a prop, it's fun, it's a way to end the show on a real bang. Yet my second choice would have been Australia. I think that also is kind of ending with a message of hope, togetherness, we are together, which is also a really common thing we see in the closing song. So, you know, it might come down to who has the more wow staging between the 2 of them. Okay, let's try and fill in some of the gaps. So Slovenia and Portugal need to be apart. So let's provisionally put Slovenia somewhere like, let's put these 2 out. Let's put Slovenia somewhere around here and Portugal somewhere around there. We've just come from Serbia, so we need a little bit of a pick-me-up. So let's bring in some feel-good vibes. Maybe Iceland will be good here. And then after Iceland, we can have a little bit of a more serene moment with Raven singing Veronica. Then maybe a little bit more of a chill ethnic feel with Azerbaijan. And then let's go for big and loud with Sweden before the ad break, giving them a chance to wheel their walls off the stage. Okay, so then we go from the high of that, let's go into something a little bit more serene. We've got Germany giving us more of a big singer ballad feel. Maybe Australia. What's more happy? Yeah, then we can go into Australia, a little bit of happiness and joy, more into some more seriousness with Portugal. So you can see there's a few more of the kind of like more low tempo intense songs in the second half. So I'm wondering now would actually be more useful to put Finland in the middle there and keep Australia for later. I'm tempted to do a swap of this. I don't know. I'm not gonna get it right. Let's just stop. Let's just like give up on me trying to get this right. Okay, where would we put the last 2? So I think as well, Luxembourg coming back to the contest, they'll probably want to give them a favorable draw. It looks better optically if Luxembourg return to the contest and qualify, because then it kind of says to other countries who are thinking about coming back, ooh, we might get a cushy deal and a nice running order. Let's put that one in 16, and then let's put Moldova in 17. Now, are they going to put Moldova so close to the end? Because I think there might be a bit of a viewership drop off there. Maybe we could swap these 2. Wait, let me just have a little look at this. Another thing to consider is the size of population. So I was just actually considering there, should I put the UK first? Because it would be a good opener and it would mean that one of the automatic qualifiers was taking up one of the first slots. But the thing is, you got to keep in mind, this is potentially 60+ million people. Germany, I don't remember what the population of Germany is, like 80 million, is it? Germany's 83 million. So you want to put them somewhere good as well. Who else is big? Poland, 40+ million. So yeah, you don't want to put your 3 biggest audiences at the start of the show or somewhere crappy. You want to keep them as long as possible. So I'm even thinking maybe you could even do a swap here between Ireland and Poland if they really did want Poland a little bit later. Yeah, look, it's an impossible task. I think what I've just gone for there is I've gone for contrast between songs. So like, you know, I'm going for that. Each song, the one after it just seems very, very different. And then that helps to accentuate its unique attributes. So, you know, going from Sweden to think they're so different, This is a very different jump here. Yeah, look, that's the best I can do. Write yours down below and we'll see. It's the type of thing that when we see the final running order, we'll go, okay, well, these were their priorities when they were making this. But yeah, we don't know what the props are. We don't know what the color palettes are as well. That's a consideration. Like if this is all black and this is all black, they're not going to put them back to back because it's just going to look like two samey, matchy. So those things are consideration. But generally, this is going to be bright. This is going to be cool looking dark. I don't think there's any real color clashes out of any of these. They all have quite different color vibes. Yeah, I think color wise, from the information that we have, everything's pretty okay. I don't know. What do you think? What did I get wrong? What should I have considered more? Just tell me the answers. This is the best I could come up with. The running order will be out soon so we can check it. If I get one right, I'll be pretty happy. What do you think is going to be the running order for semi-final number 1? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. No new donations on Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal, but if you want to support the channel, I'll leave links to you in the description down below. And of course, thank you so much to my patrons for patronizing me all over the world. On my Patreon, you can get the original audio and visuals when I get copyrighted. You can be part of our My Eurovision scoreboard group. You can get some updates on the channel and some early releases. So go check that out if you're a fan. But of course, thank you so much just for watching and maybe leaving a like and maybe sharing the video. And thanks so much for watching. See you in another Eurovision analysis video very soon. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.